What is up, everybody? What's up, Falk? You're never here this early. That's crazy. Hey, girl. Hey. Lena's on the phone right now with her dad, so she will be here momentarily. Hope everybody had a wonderful week. It's been crazy on this side. Yes, you do live, or you live. Either way, you live, Moss. What's up, One Moon? Hope you're working on some cool shit. I have I have not been able absolutely it's a Boston Scally. Come on now. I have not been able to work on anything in my shop this week, and it has drove me nuts. Because it's like that's where I want to be, and I just didn't have the wherewithal to even go into my dojo. So, like I said, it's been a wild week. It's been a very wild week. Yeah, so One Moon, I have 3 Boston Scallies, and I will probably end up getting 1 or 2 more later on this year. That's usually the, Christmas gift that I give to myself every year. Oh, whatever, Falk. Don't give me some BS. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I'm just gonna give you an Irish goodbye. Hey, happy birthday! What's up, Lance? No, that was loud. Sorry, guys. So, and I'm still talking kind of funny. I got a had a filling done on Thursday, and oh, it's not really settling in very well. So sorry about that. But so started the new job. Uh Boss was an absolute psycho. I didn't do anything of what I was hired to do and ended up doing manual labor. So I'm not at that job anymore as of today. Um and still have the original screen printing job. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. This is a Boston Scally. This isn't some cheap Mexican bullshit. What's up, Brad? Um, so still have the original job.
Hey, Paul.
And I don't know how many hours that's gonna look like, but I did have some good correspondence with the store manager today about another potential job, which I should hear back tomorrow. So not really super worried about it, but a little bit stressful. The second job that I thought I had, never got a call this week. So
Yep.
don't bank on things until you know they're there, which I don't. I used to, but I don't anymore. It was probably some Chinese or Mexican version of the Boston Scally. This is an original. This is an 85 Honda. How dare you? What's up, Dana? It was probably some knockoff that he got like in Tijuana or some shit because it's Lauren. And he lives in California, so I'm not being racist. I'm just speaking geographical facts. I didn't know.
Jeez.
I didn't know you were right there.
You
I'm
scared.
sorry, Mio. I elbowed him in the head. I'm sorry, Mijo. I didn't know you were right there. He was like, so very true. Once again, why I said that about Lauren, if you will. Yeah, so I got my fancy vegan glow in the dark powders from China. They're not vegan, but they are from China. But they do glow like a mother. You can kind of see the glow, kind of. You can turn off light. 'Cause I got this other one that's supposed to glow red. It does not, but
It's not
it's
completely
supposed
dark
to.
in here, but
Supposed to glow red. It does not. It's more of like an orange, but yeah, it's supposed to be vegan glowworm powder from ancient Mesopotamia, and like, no, it's not. But it was inexpensive-ish, and it glows very well. So, uh, hell yeah, that's awesome, One Moon.
what?
Unintentional,
What happened?
because I elbowed
Oh, 'cause the
Doodle in the
movie.
face. He was like, ah, like that cat that gets ice cream, like you, ah, like I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I love you, dudes.
He's like, you son of
He just wasn't expecting to catch an elbow in the dome. I wasn't expecting to feel a cat skull against my elbows. You learn and you live, and then you get bubble wrap for the cats so you don't throw both. From my experience, if you can afford it for how it works and the quality that you get, Turbo Glow. It's what I recommend. Turbo Glow is awesome. I kept on seeing stuff on Instagram. Told you guys 100 times over, I hate Instagram. But I kept on seeing stuff on Instagram about this company. And then I looked up their prices and I was like, oh, that's not that bad. And then on their website, they were like, we have USA distributors. And I was like, cool. I get it in like a week. A month later, it came from China.
It wasn't a month, but
It was pretty close
good
to a
2
month.
weeks.
Pretty close to a month. But this stuff does glow very well. We'll see how it reacts in rain. We'll see. But yeah, it's straight up from China. China. It's probably some COVID glow powder, but it's fine.
Probably.
Not a big deal.
Sniff it and see what happens.
Well, I survived it once, so it's fine. That did not make the picture quality better.
No, need light or purple light after the dark light. What's this?
Wish our camera would focus. That looks like garbage.
Need light or purple light after the dark.
Hey, there we go. Now we're in focus. Sorry about that, guys. Jane. What's up, Tesla? But yeah, this shit was supposed to be like glow red, and it's like orange.
It looks pink. but
Well, the powder looks pink, but the glow is like orange. Marco!
Hey, Marco.
So I got my new flashlight that I got to review. Very bright. Very bright. And also make it do flashes. If I can. There we go.
Can't tell it on the camera.
But very nice flashlight. Very bright. If you were to mount this onto something, you could see a lot of things. I don't know
If you
if
were to mount it on a kitty cat,
I would love to mount it on a tactical cat.
be able to see all the things.
Be able to see all the things, and the eyes glow, which would be terrifying. I don't know if I'm going to be able to mount this on the thing that I want to mount this on, because I don't think the thing that I want to mount this on is ready to receive this flashlight. I think I could probably make it work with some modifying, but this is made for a bigger tool than what I currently own. So we'll see what's going to happen. But it's very bright, very cool. The newer version, which I will get to review after this one, has a laser, which is very cool. The only thing that I saw on the reviews on Amazon that people complained about
Mhm.
is because of where this would be mounted, because of the bright lights. Sometimes when you have muzzle flash,
Mhm.
it gives you like blackout spots
Mm.
because it
Yeah.
like breaks up the light. So they're like, that's the only thing that kind of sucks. But very bright,
Chewy.
very bright, very fun.
He's yelling for no reason.
I will be doing a review on that at some point, especially once I figure out how I can mount it on something that's not meant to be mounted on. It's fine. It's cool. We did a glow in the dark adult egg hunt last weekend, which
Mhm.
was a lot of fun.
We didn't win anything,
Did not win anything,
but it was still fun.
which was very disappointing, but it was fun. Um, Ended up losing my Maverick brass pen, my flashlight, my Olight, which sucks. But I know a guy who can make me another holster, so I'm gonna message him right meow. I need another one because I feel naked not having anything on my hip. That's why I carried this pen today. Because I was like, I gotta have a pen. I have a pen. I can live without a flashlight. I have a pen. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the tactile turn pen, they have this new version. It's just a little click button, which is very sweet, very reminiscent of like the old school pens. And what's up, Zaxxon? I'm very much an old school nostalgic person. I get sold on nostalgia all the time, and that's honestly the reason why I'm kind of bored right now because people keep on selling me my childhood,
Mhm.
and I just buy it.
Yep.
No questions asked. Welcome, Zaxxon. We're happy to have you. If you've got any questions, let us know. Maybe you can tell us something about yourself, sir. Why is the mouse is like lagging bad?
Yeah, it was giving me issues earlier today too, and I'm
You're
like,
you're on a mat. What's the problem,
I
bro?
don't, I don't know. I noticed that too earlier today.
Ooh, interesting. So, Zaxxon, are you an amateur Indiana Jones? Because that's what your channel looks like, and I am all about that. Subscribed. Love that. That's awesome. I didn't want to do anything like that when I was little. Not jealous. Dude, that's awesome. Like seriously, for shit. I was in high school before I decided that I would change what I wanted to do. I wanted to do archaeology for probably about 15 years, 12 years, something like that. What do you want to do when you get older? I want to be an archaeologist. I am not an archaeologist. It still kind of hurts a little bit, but I'm not an archaeologist. Dude, that's awesome. I want to get a metal detector. Ooh, hey, that's something we can add on the list from Vivor.
Mhm.
Metal detector.
Yeah, they have everything else.
Just to be like $2 extra a month. Yeah, metal detecting is fascinating. I got because I'm cheap and at the point in time everybody was like saying how cool it was. I was like, well, same but different. I actually have a metal fishing magnet set that I purchased back in 2020. I've been magnet fishing like twice. It was fun, but forgot about it. Blah blah blah. Blah. What's our channel about? That is a long and exhaustive question. So to go back to what the channel was originally for and still kind of is. I'm a knife maker. My wife and I do a lot of things. We do hanks, we do patches. This is not all of ours. I'm just a patch collector. Um, we talk about knives, talk about EDC, um, talk about conspiracy theories, movies, music, current events, wrestling, football, sports. We're kind of an amalgamation of just us. Um, so we kind of go in a million different directions all the time. But mostly what we're here to talk about is the knife designing and making of myself and different things that I'm reviewing. And so this I designed this. This is one of my designs. This is based off of one of my fixed blades. Um, oh, very much a variety channel. It just all depends on what's in current events and what kind of things I've messed with out in the knife shop and life events and us going through IVF and jobs and just whatever the topic, whatever topics pop up. Which, by the way, speaking of conspiracy theories and current events, everybody and their brother losing their shit over Artemis too. Uh President, Daddy Trump, the president, El Presidente, if you will, and the commander of Artemis 2 both said, and I quote, "This is the first time that we've gone to the moon." Two people said the same damn thing. But nobody wants to believe about Kubrick directing the moon landing in a Hollywood basement. Also, I'm not a fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but so that was just propaganda to make sure that we went to the moon first before Russia did. And if indeed this is the first time that a human has ever gone to the moon, that means Russia didn't do it either. That means everybody's just bullshitting. Anyways, I digress. Thought that was really weird. I was like, whoa, hold up. What do you say? And then it was said twice. Spyderco. Nice. Hell yeah. Emerson makes some good knives. Spyderco does too. I'm personally not a fan, but I respect them. I'll say it. Nobody else is saying it. I'll say it. And also, you think that the US government has lied to us for a really long time. How would you think that the Artemis 2 is going to the moon? Just putting it out there. Just putting it out. Yeah, I straight up had like a Leonardo da Vinci moment where he's like, "Hey, what? Hold up, what?" When I heard that from both the commander and the president, I was like, "Hold up, wait a minute. We didn't go to the moon in the '60s. Cool." Not to sound like a tinfoil hat person, because I'm not, but been a lot of things that we've been lied to about. That's not cool. Whether it is for national security or for our own betterment, like, still not cool. Yeah, Lance, within the last week, hours were cut, got a new job, quit the new job, had dental work, and then now we're going through round 2 of IVF. So yeah, it's been a wild week. Markers on the moon visible from Earth. So, devil's advocate, I'll ask this question. Back and let me look up the date so I'm not misquoting. So the U.S. successfully landed the first humans on the moon July 20th, 1969. So in 1969, and I'm doing a gross exaggeration. Like I don't know exact quotes or anything like that. So I don't want anybody to think that like I'm pulling things out of my butt. Obviously, you can Google and look up the exact dates and stuff like that. But so back in 1969, you had a hard time of doing long distance calling. And I mean, we're right here with Google. So in 1969, how long did it take to call New York to London? So in 1969, a telephone call from New York to London was typically placed via an operator and could take several minutes to over an hour to connect, depending on operator availability and line traffic. While direct dialing IDD was beginning to emerge, international calls often required operator intervention and were quite expensive. So expensive, but we don't have to worry about that part because government, we print money, money's nothing. So from New York to London, which just to add validity to what I'm gonna say, and I'm sorry that I have to break up my point, but I want to add actual facts into what I'm saying instead of just be like, "This is what I feel." So New York to London, New York City to London, England, is approximately 3,451 to 3,461 miles. Flights typically take between 7 and 8 hours going from New York City to London. Okay. So we've gotten this baseline. To go from the Earth to the moon, 238,855 miles.
238,000.
238,855 miles. I'm sorry, I misspoke. That's a lot more. So in 1969, we didn't have near the technology that we do today. Granted, being an army brat, back in 1969, the US military had better technology than the civilians. Typically, when you talk about US military, Army, Air Force, blah, 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 compared to civilians, usually there's about a 20-year gap. So usually the military is about 20 years ahead of civilians. So that would put civilian technology at about 1989. Well, military technology back in 1969 at civilian technology in 1989. 5,000 or so miles, New York to London. 239,000 miles to the moon. Took from several minutes to an hour to make a phone call. How was NASA able to contact the moon and the moon was able to respond in minutes? I call bullshit. The math is not mathing. Anything else, throw out the window. Dem's facts. Makes no sense. Especially for the fact that it took us from 1969 to 2026 to send somebody back.
Yeah.
Math ain't mathin'.
Like, we don't have the technology. We lost it. How?
Yeah, we lost it, even though you guys take meticulous records.
Right. Like, how did you
And
lose
paper
it?
records were backed digitally. Have a good night, Zaxxon. Sorry that I broke your worldview. Do some Googling. I broke. Huzzah. Yeah, the phone call between Buzz Aldrin and Nixon was minutes.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Math ain't mathin'. Now, if they were in Arizona, Utah, Nevada, California, it'd probably take minutes. Not from the moon. Not back in 1969. Hey, Harrison.
Back in 1969, they still thought the moon was made of cheese.
I mean, isn't it?
That was
We don't know. We've
one-
never been.
one of the biggest lies of my childhood. It was like all the cartoons that portray the moon as cheese.
I mean, at
know.
this point, it's going to be the best cheese. Either the best cheese you've ever
Or the
tasted
worst.
or the worst. Because
Just like
it's been aging for a long time.
just like how they prepared us for quicksand, and we have never encountered quicksand. The moon was cheese, and we were
Never-
going to see quicksand every fucking
Never
where.
been that big of a deal. Never been that big of a deal.
And then the amount of people that have not offered me drugs. Disappointed.
Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be everywhere. It's not.
Drugs, cheese, quicksand.
But also, that's a point that I was making about math not mathing. There's been so many things, whether it's in terms of national security or protection of citizens, that we've been lied to for a long time. So it's like, okay, well, so it's like an abusive relationship. Oh, he's not going to do it again. He promised.
Always do it again.
I don't believe that Artemis is everything that we were told it was. I'm sorry. We've been lied to a lot.
Video, and it was
Also, I'm losing faith in our president. I voted for him, but I'm losing faith in him because this motherfucker's kind of fucking us. Anyways, go ahead.
which is a reason for that.
Yeah, I'm playing 5D chess. Okay, cool. That doesn't help out my wallet right
No,
now.
I get it. But no, I saw a TikTok video. This chick was like, "Hey, there was some like a few days ago before like the moon, they went to the moon or whatever." She goes, "Hey, there was like a meteor that landed in Ohio, and some of it was not all meteor. Some of it was moon." And it was like a conversation between her and the U.S. government and NASA, like U.S. government NASA. She was like, "Were you guys testing weapons? Like, did you shoot at the moon?" And they're like, "No, no." we didn't." And then she was like, toward the end, she's like, "Are you guys going to the moon to see what damage you did? To see like what you guys fucked up on the moon?" They're like,
It's absolutely something that we would do. Like, did you guys mess up and accidentally hit the moon? No. Are you guys going up to the moon to see how bad you fucked it up? Absolutely not.
so apparently there was
That would make sense for a fly, but I'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, check it out. Make sure we're good.
yeah. So basically, they said it was like a meteor that hit like Ohio, but apparently they tested it and it was fucking far from the moon.
That makes more sense. That's way more plausible.
So that's the reason, supposedly, why they're going up there to see what the
That's
fuck they
something
did.
that I would do.
To see,
Shit.
What they
We
fucked
gotta
up.
go up there and see how bad it is.
to see what they.
That's funny as shit. That's hilarious.
But they just didn't want to say that, so they're like,
Well, no, like plausible deniability. We didn't do that. That's awesome. I would get behind that if they're like, "Hey, look, we were trying to do some stuffs and
we were testing out some weapons. And
we
fucked up."
we messed up." Okay, cool. Yeah, go check out the damage. I will give you money to do so. But just to be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make this crazy thing around the moon for the first time ever." No, I distinctly remember pictures of footprints and a US flag on that rock. What do you mean first time ever? It's crazy. There's a lot of dumb shit that happens behind the scenes. That's really frustrating. But so there's reason for blah blah blah. Speak your truth, or what you think. I said I'm losing faith in the president.
Oh, basically, it's because of China. So China will like, I'll have to like look it up or whatever again, but basically China relies more on that oil than what we do. So we're basically did all that shit on purpose to
Blue.
shut down the Strait of
Blue.
Hormuz.
Blue, stop.
So and to hurt China, so that way they will like bend their knee and.
I mean, do you think that this is the first instance where I went, "What the hell"? This is not the first instance.
No, I don't.
I voted for the man. I believed in him. So backstory, I've talked about this before. I'm going to say it again to anybody that rewatches the video, because apparently everybody that's watching this is just busy and just listening. So Trump's first term, I didn't want to vote because our votes didn't matter. That's what I believed, and I'm starting to believe it again. So I hadn't voted, and my mom and dad in 2016 voted for President Trump. And I was like, I hope he does a good job. I like the fact that he's not a politician, blah, 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 blah. We'll see. He put into law one single thing during his first presidency that turned my whole view around. And it was patients' right to choose. My mom had cancer. My mom died of cancer. He put into law saying that if somebody is terminal, they have a right to try things that were not FDA approved to extend their life. And it gave me extra time with my mom. Done. Everything else is noise. Everything else is bullshit. You did something that changed the life of a U.S. citizen. And in turn, changed my life. It gave me some extra time with my mom. No questions asked. You have my vote. I voted for him in 2020. He actually won in 2020. There was articles put out that they had to rig the election to preserve democracy. We're not a democracy. We've never been a democracy. And any Democratic person that says we're a democracy, they're full of shit. Come this time around, I voted for him again. We're going to do all these things. We're going to help out the middle class. We're going to make the economy great again. We're going to lower prices. Granted, I understand we have a big government. A lot of these changes are not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some deals. It's going to take some bullshit. I'm going to try and get rid of the IRS. IRS is not gone. That can happen with an executive order. Hi, Lana. I'm going to give stimulus payments, stimulus checks, not for the fact that I think anybody deserves government welfare checks, but it would be nice. That hasn't happened. I'm going to do an audit of this government, so we're going to save the taxpayers money. Actually costed us money. I'm not going to start any new wars. Going to blow up Iran? Once again, the math ain't mathing. Granted, I might be jumping the shark. It may be a little bit too soon. But a lot of these things could be fixed pretty quickly. Just choosing not to. Granted, he doesn't have to worry about another election. Possibly. Still unsure on that. So it's just like, I feel like I got duped. But we'll see. Do I think that the administration that we had beforehand was better? Hell no. But it feels like much of the same.
Yeah.
And it wasn't supposed to be. So I was cautiously optimistic. Then I bought in. Now I'm starting to get cautiously optimistic. We'll see. I felt this way for probably about 20 years at this point. I'm tired of the government that's supposed to be for the people, by the people, fucking me. Not taking me out to dinner, not showing me a nice time, just bending me over and fucking me. Tired of it. I've been tired of it. And it was supposed to change. And it hasn't. So my butt's sore. Tired of it.
Hey, you. No, don't. Doesn't mean go back to living. Sit.
Yeah. So what does anybody have planned for this weekend or this week? This is like 2 people
Oh, yeah, Easter weekend. What are y'all doing?
watching. That's another fun subject.
Yeah.
Just kind of looks like an Easter egg. We have a different kind of relationship, sir. You made us dinner. We're good. You made us dinner. This is different.
And old fashioned.
Handle it. You made us dinner and poured us drinks. That was a proper date.
Yeah.
You're good.
Chris would have done anything after that for you.
$20 is $20. I have not been wined and dined by the government ever, and it's about time. 'Cause I feel like I should get Pretty Woman, because I've been whored out a lot, and I'm tired of it. Where do you get my nut? Many years of back payments is owed. Whoa! Stop. Back shots, front shots, upside down shots. I'm not talking about alcohol. I'm talking about a bunch of old white guys just having their fucking way. Tired of it. I'm over it. I'm sore. Need payment. Your bills are due. Absolutely.
Let's do steak and lobster and caviar and like all the high dollar foods. All of them.
With some Cavatier
Yeah.
and some Pepe Van Winkle 20 year. And like, I'll probably be cool after that. Like, just be like, all right, keep on doing what you're doing. But like, you can't just take advantage of somebody for 20 plus years and not give anything in return. Like, just take me out to a dinner once. I'll shut up for like another 20 years. Like, it's cheap. It'll be really expensive. In 20 years,
20
it's
years,
cheap.
yeah.
I'm not expensive. I'm an expensive date, but my standards are very low. I'm cheap in a grand scheme of things.
Expensive up front.
Expensive up front, cheap for the long run. Just once. Pay a couple grand once. You're good for like 20 years. You gonna pour yourself another?
Just expensive up front.
Yeah. And you've gotten more.
Also, it's not all by choice. What do you mean? What?
What do you mean, what? What have we been doing for the last 3 years?
I mean, yeah, that's not by choice.
I get that, but it still doesn't change the fact. No. Do not. Because we just talked about some conspiracy theories about the moon. Do you want us to talk about conspiracy theories this weekend? Like I can
But
go
you know one thing
I can go there.
You know one thing I do like about Easter, like traditions, whatever. So I will probably be making.
I mean, make.
It's gonna be. How about should be expensive and it's gonna be busy everywhere. So.
I mean, we'll go get brunch. We'll go to bed. We'll go do. I don't know. Which one, the moon or Easter? Hey, what's up, Dean? Which, by the way, there's a guy that I've been following on TikTok, and he's a black guy, and he is making so much sense. Yeah, about God, Jesus, Nephilim, all that shit. And he's like, these motherfuckers, you think I'm stupid? And like, just blah, blah, but like, he's dropping like hot bombs. And I'm like, oh.
There was a chick I saw that she had a good theory, and I was like, okay, I could see that. So she was talking about in the beginning.
What's up, D?
Adam and Eve.
Right.
And we were told that Eve took the forbidden fruit. Tree of knowledge, whatever, the apple.
She ate of the fruit, but she wasn't the one who first sinned.
Yeah, okay. But she ate of the fruit.
She wasn't the one who first sinned.
Okay. But
Adam was.
By
disobeying.
Okay. But
she was deceived. He fucked up.
Yeah. But it's just assumed that they're talking about actual fruit. What? Because the devil was there, Lucifer was there as a snake, right? So like in their ears.
As a snake, we don't know if that's actually factual or not. And a lot of people say it was an apple, and some people say, well, it was just a fruit. And then you look at Apple's logo, and it's got a bite taken out of the apple.
Her theory was that it wasn't talking about actual fruit, and the snake wasn't an actual snake. It was talking about
oh,
and that was where homosexuality was first a thing, and God was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Adam took it first, and then Eve partook in
How
said
how
fruit.
oh, because it was Lucifer.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's why all of this had happened. And I was like, okay,
interesting.
I can see that.
Oh, the moon. To the moon. So back in 1969, when we supposedly went to the moon, a call from New York to London, which was about 5,000 miles, would take anywhere from a couple minutes to an hour. When the moon is 239,000 miles away from the Earth, how come Buzz Aldrin and President Nixon talked in minutes? Math doesn't math. Technology wasn't technology, and at that point, so we never went to the moon the first time. How do we know we went to the moon again? Also, on top of that, President Trump and the commander of Artemis 2 both said, "This is historic. This is the first time we've ever been to the moon." Yeah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. I don't believe you. Anyway, so the whole thing with Easter, and I don't want to upset anybody. You believe in Christianity, totally your right to do so, and I celebrate what you believe. However, the Bible does say, study to show thyself approved unto God. So you have to take it upon yourself, instead of listening like yahoos like me, to do your own research and figure out what your truth is and what the truth is. Why? Why? A lot of questions, but why? Jesus died on Good Friday, which changes every year. He rose on Easter Sunday, which changes every year. And then we celebrate rabbits that are laying eggs. Because rabbits don't lay eggs, but there are stories throughout history of gods changing birds to rabbits and them still laying eggs. And then there's also the whole concept of Easter originally being a pagan celebration of Estar, which is the goddess of fertility, and the Catholic Church blending that with Christianity to make people want to do more Christian shit. Mathin'. Anyway, my Lube didn't know we went to the moon. Yeah, dude. Artemis 2 shot off 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And they had broken toilets.
Yep.
Do loop around the moon. I can't make this shit up. That's what was reported on. Hey, Joe.
You imagine your turd just like floating in out there, like just your turd.
Well, so here's the wild thing.
Hey, Joe.
And granted, I've never been to space. I don't know anybody that's gone to space, but then that opens up a whole nother can of worms.
Yep.
Firmament, possible flat Earth. I don't know. Not a crazy flat earther. Making a little bit more sense. I don't know. But so apparently on the ships, because there is no gravity, bathroom sealed. And I'm assuming that there's a vacuum that sucks you to the toilet.
Probably.
So you don't even have to go, "Ugh," you just have to open up and
suck them right out.
Which would be amazing as long as the pressure is correct. Because if it's not, you're gonna have a bad time. But like, how did the toilet break? Was it the vacuum of the toilet that was off? Like, because supposedly, if you're in zero gravity, when you let some water out, like it just floats.
Yep.
So if you do an R. Kelly It's
Just
just
gonna
going to
float.
be little beads of pee floating around. I would assume same thing with poo poo. I don't know. Never been up to space. What's the deal with poo poo? Oh, what am I? Be back. Could you like the chair from Playhouse? That would be fine. That wouldn't be terrifying. Just sit on my face. Drop a deuce. It's cool. Ugh. Um. Absolutely, Joe. But there's a lot of things, like I said earlier, there's a lot of things that we've been lied about, and there's a lot of missing pieces to the story. But that's where faith is supposed to come in. But for some people, that's not good enough. I'm some people. Science. No, absolutely not.
All Real
Was
Monsters?
it All Real Monsters? No, I don't think it was. I think the animation was better than that. Look Who's Talking. That's what it was.
That makes sense. Yeah, okay.
That's what it was. It was a toilet monster from Look Who's Talking. I thought it was animated. It wasn't animated. Well, technically animated, but dude, I still regret that I never became an archaeologist. Terrifying. I need that pee-pee. This blue water spitting out at you. Hell no. Hell no, I wouldn't use that toilet. I'm like, no, I'm good. I can hold it. Just go outside. It's fine. Yeah, I think there was also a cartoon that did the same thing, but same was my childhood. See, Joe, you and I are just brothers from different mothers. Up until I was like a junior in high school, that was the plan. I was going to be an archaeologist. From little childhood, little young Chris.
Christopher.
You're not wrong, but little young Christopher up until like junior high school, I was like, I'm gonna be an archaeologist. And then I discovered graphic design. And I was like, I'm gonna be an artist. And I wish I would have done archaeology. El Oso why the middle finger, sir? Fair enough, Joe. Archaeology, but local. Picasso. I like it. Yeah, so I found this new guy on TikTok that he's been kind of blowing my mind. He was talking about how the first video I watched of him was talking about Tartaria and how Tartaria is just Tartarus, which was imprisonment for the Nephilim. And I was like, "Ooh, well, hold on, wait a minute, because that would explain why they were so big and blah 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 blah." And then people were like, "Well, don't you mean that Tartarus is in the underworld?" He goes, "Motherfucker, listen. Uh, last time I checked, we're underneath the kingdom, therefore we're the underworld." And like giving actual evidence to shit. And I was like, I like this guy. And then one of the videos I saw, he was talking about how Jesus was the son of God, but he was technically the son of Gabriel or Gab. What's the Hebrew version? Gab Gabiel, I think. And people were like, "Well, no, that's sacrilege," and it's like, no, that's the spirit of God, the Most High Angel. So he came down and he was like, "Hey, Mary, I'm gonna I'm gonna put the spirit of God on you and in you," and he's like, "I'm gonna start saying that shit," and I'm like, "That's hilarious," but like it was all making a little bit too much sense. And then he talked about like Enoch and like Thoth, and I was just like, holy balls. Ooh, nice. Hell yeah, that's awesome. We've got two blades that we got from a guy at the Ohio show that are what's the word? Uh lithographic or something like that. They were carved from stone. Well, so yes, some of the lost books are crazy, but what he said is that Enoch was the scribe of heaven, so therefore the entire Bible is the book of Enoch. And I was like, or Thoth, Toth. I can't remember what it is in Egyptian uh lore. But I was just like, what? And then he talked about are you gonna be okay? Lena's just slowly dying. Talked about the not the Nephilim, but the Lena might be dying. Or purging a demon. I'm not really sure.
I don't know. No one talking about Bible and shit, and I'm just seeing it in here, so it might be a demon.
I like Arrowhead. So that same dude was saying that like demons and fallen angels, two different things. Demons are V1 Nephilim. Jesus is technically a Nephilim. Because Gabrielle was the one who brought the Spirit of God onto Mary and in Mary. And he was like, I'm going to start saying that. When me and my lady are going at it, I'm about to bring the Spirit into you and on you. And I was like, that's kind of pimp. From an angel. No less. One of the most high angels. Talking dirty to Mary? Oh, bitch. I'm about to put it in you. Like, you're an angel. Calm down, sir. Like, this isn't like Pootie Tang. Like, what are you doing? But like, I would love to hear that conversation because I would have been like, oh, Gabrielle's a pimp. Nice. That's awesome. But yeah, it's a literal Bible verse. An angel of the Lord said, I'm going to put the Spirit of God on you and into you. I'm about to break it off in you, woman.
Oh, threaten me with it.
I mean, if an angel was like, hey, this is God's will, you'd be like, okay.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, so according to what this guy was saying, which I haven't seen a flaw in his logic thus far, demons are Nephilim V1 that died and their spirit still exists, which is why they can possess people. Jesus also is a Nephilim, which is why they talk about like the spirit of God can come into you, because Jesus can also do the same. Because Gabriel before Jesus was the spirit of God. Now after Jesus, Jesus is the spirit of God. What? What? But he also talked about like what was the aliens that everybody talks about with like biblical times and shit like that. I keep on saying the Nephilim. That's not right. Yeah, Anunnaki. He talked about the Anunnaki, and then he talked about Egyptian lore with like Thoth and Ra. And so in Genesis, it says like God. What was it? It was the. I'm terribly misphrasing, so don't take me with what I'm saying. But it was like the word was with God, and then the word was God. And so it's the same story of like Thoth and Ra. Thoth and Enoch have a similar story to where it was like a man became God essentially, and then found out that like from what he was saying, Enoch was the scribe of the Lord, which is the reason why he never died. So technically, the entire Bible is the book of Enoch. And I was just like, oh, what? Seraphim are angels, not aliens. Anunnaki.
Did the
Nice try though.
conspiracy theory that Himalayan salt is giant
Nephilim.
flesh?
Muscle.
Either way.
Petrified muscle and bone.
And the giant trees, which is why people lived so long back then. Because there was just just a shit ton of pure oxygen everywhere. Because of
Well,
those
I
giant
guess that
trees.
was part of like the sin that happened in what was the name of it? Paradise, Eden. Which supposedly Eden is located within the ice wall or after the ice wall of the Arctic, but some people say. I don't know. I wasn't there.
The whole thing with the whole conspiracy theory is that God sent angels down to chop down all those massive trees on purpose because he didn't want Nephilim to escape because they were doing fucked up shit. And he was like,
Well,
y'all are
that's what I was saying. If you didn't hear me, apparently Tartary was Tartarus, which was the prison for the Nephilims. Tartaria. Which that would have to be in the underworld. Or under. Sweet.
Yeah, technically. Yeah. So
But
God
that was the whole reason why God said man should not live after this point longer than 125 years.
Yeah. So because before then
we got shorter, we got less lives.
Yeah, because the Nephilim were doing some fucked up shit. Like, first off,
given a lot of technology that we weren't supposed to have.
Yeah, and then
supposed to have yet.
So God got pissed and was like, "Hey, we're gonna flood everything, but you guys go down there and cut down all the trees so they can't escape because the trees reach the heavens."
Bro, you want to talk about?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, speaking of seraphim are terrifying.
They're supposed to be like terrifying.
Terrifying. So let me give a little bit of backstory. At this point in my life, I don't really know what I believe because I've been lied to so much and there's been so many missing pieces. And that's once again where I wanted to be an archaeologist. I wanted to find these things. I wanted to travel. I wanted to seeker of knowledge. I wanted to learn all the things. I still want to learn all the things. Sometimes you're just not allowed to know. Sometimes you shouldn't push that. 'Cause sometimes people pop up and go, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" And you go, "Oh, hey, I'm not trying to fuck with you. I just want to know some shit." And then you back off and you go, "I'm going to take things at face value, and I'm not trying to poke bear." Had some shit happen. Just saying. But so when I was in middle school, I went to a private Christian school. And up until I was probably in my mid 20s, I would tell everybody that I was a Christian, and I would typically back it up with I'm a Baptist. Um, I closest thing that I can describe myself to right now is I'm an agnostic. Um, I believe that there is a bigger power. I'm just not really sure what it is, or who it is, or how many it is. Um, but with that being said, when I was going to this private Christian school, one of the projects that we had is we had to write a sermon. Okay, cool. You're just essentially writing a term paper. I decided, because I was dumb and young, I didn't know. Angels are a pretty easy subject to go off of. I'm going to do mine on angels. And I brought it up to the vice pastor, who is also the principal of the school, and he went, "Ooh, you're going to do that?" And I was like, Yeah." He goes, "Good luck." Back then, we didn't have the internet. So I had to look through books. And I had to go hunting, much like Indiana Jones, except for I didn't go from continent to continent. I was just going from book to book. My mind was blown. So not only are there more than one angel, there's about 11 different types of angels. On the opposite side of that, because in Christianity, the kingdom of Lucifer, Samael, if you will, mimics God's kingdom. So there was actually 22 different types of angels. My short, little, easy term paper was like 15 pages long. And all I was doing is just talking about the different jobs and the different types of angels. Shit got crazy. I did not know what I was getting into, but after I still have it. After I got done, I was just like, "Oh my god," because it changes things when you know the words, or I shouldn't say the words, the titles of different ranks. It changes things. It changes the Bible completely. I was like, "Wait, so that's an actual thing, not just a word?" Absolutely, Joe. Oh, I'm so sorry, Joe. Did you get touched? Yeah, so it's not just like angels, like there's different ranks of angels and they have different purposes, and most of them are terrifying in their looks because the Bible gives descriptions of every type of angel. It's not this little cute baby with angel wings that's going to hit you with an arrow and you're going to be like, "I'm in love." No. Most of the angels, if you saw them, you're going to poop yourself immediately. Oh, I'm happy and I'm sorry for you at the same time, Joe. Catholics. Good old Catholics. I got some I got some issues there. I'm not the only one, but I got some issues there. Like I've said 100 times over, not trying to berate anybody's view on the world or religion or anything like that. You do you, boo boo. I'm going to support you 110%. Catholics, some wild shit. If you dig deep enough. Well, absolutely. So there is a Bible verse, and it's actually one of the Bible verses that the Catholics didn't take out of the original Bible. Study to show thyself approved unto God. You have to know your enemy, or actually just do some research. And it blows my mind that another verse that they left into the Bible is a verse that says, "Hey, don't take out or put into the Bible," and they're like, "Yeah, we'll leave that one, but we'll take out other shit." No, I know, Joe. I was just giving a general statement. It's like I'm not that much of an asshole to where like I want to shatter somebody's faith. If anything, I want you to get more faith because I want some faith. But it's wild, really wild. it's it's the whole concept of the the U.S. Constitution. Well, I say the U.S. Constitution. What are the angel classes? Shit. Seraphim, cherubim are two. Um, archangels. Let me see if I can Google it. It gets wild on like Satan's side. Um, oh, let's see here: cherubim, seraphim, archangel, living creatures. Cherubim, seraphim, living creatures, archangels, angels, fallen angels, but that's not your list cite 9 orders, including thrones, dominions, virtues, powers, principalities. Um, these are based on later interpretations rather than direct explicit lists in the Bible. It'd be a list that in the Bible for sure. Messengers, worshippers, guardian, agents of judgment. Um, yeah, it's wild. So this says the 9 orders of angels in Christian angelology: seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, virtues, powers, principalities, archangels. Um, and then guardian angels. But right, I want to be chaotic good. I feel like almost like we were being like, dude, seriously, like it gets crazy. So I think that in mine, I think that I found 11, but this is saying 9. So like I could be wrong. It's been a long time. But so like where according to the Bible, God has his orders of angels. Samael, Lucifer, the fallen one, also has his orders of angels. And it's wild. um, Satan, Watchers, Rebellious Sons of God, um, demons, but that's not really it. And then there's names of them, but there was also like what was it? It was similar to Catholicism. It was like shit. I don't even remember. Dogma. Love it because you should always find comedy in everything. And what the hell is her name? Canadian singer that I would cheat on you with. Alanis Morissette probably is God because she can do no wrong. And she's also autistic. Wouldn't cheat on you. That's my hall pass. You know this. We've talked about it. I have 2. Yeah. Stevie Nicks. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. Alanis Morissette is an angel. Oh, she could be Enoch. Should be God's scribe. Which, according to dude that I was telling you about, so Enoch became Metatron. Metatron. Scribe of heaven. So, not Megatron. Which apparently, the first Transformers movie, there's a lot of biblical things, biblical references within the Transformers, like good versus evil, blah, 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 blah. Gonna steam vac the living room carpet. My aunt is coming for a few weeks trying to do last minute spring cleaning before tomorrow. So, bye? I'm assuming that's what you're saying. You can still listen to us. Like, we'll still be here and talking. Like, you could just take us with you on your phone and just listen. I don't necessarily believe that God is a woman, because if God was a woman, that means that she would be a weapon. Um, but I don't necessarily believe that God is a man, because like everything that's been stated within the Bible, it's just an energy of, well, no, not a vibe, but like just a non, a neutral being.
God's a state of mind, bruh.
A non-binary
Right.
being.
It's a Hellraiser.
Well, that all depends on
Can be both.
what God you're talking about. Because it's very interesting to me, and it's something that I've never thought about before. So, and I guess it was just with the original Nephilim and angels. The name in Hebrew always ends with L. Gabriel, Michael, Michael, Samael, the fallen one. Jesus originally was Emmanuel or Emmanuel or something like that. So, like, lost my train of thought. Yeah. Playing music and not touch my phone as soon as I get started with the quarter machine. Clean the shower. I could be your music, bro. I don't know.
Do that to him.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
That's cool. There's no bullshit with that religion. And supposedly, if you look at historical accounts, Jesus met the Buddha. Jesus, Emmanuel,
You know
if
who
you
we
are.
also met? Chuck Norris.
Probably. He was probably at Chuck Norris's birth.
Fourth.
Birth. 'Cause it wasn't an actual birth. It was Chuck Norris. He was born. Birth. I don't know why that came out so weird. But I was trying to save it. I didn't save it.
Yeah,
I
you
made it
did.
worse.
Saying bored. Are you
Bored.
okay?
I'm fine. No, I'm joking. It's not a joke, man. But yeah, so like all of these L names were angels or fallen angels or the first Nephilim. And then you have, like I told you, with the pantheon of gods, the highest was El, but he was the god of war. Why'd you send Gabriel down to make Jesus? Why didn't you just come down to make Jesus? Because if you're a god of war, you're like, oh, we're fighting or fucking? Hell yeah. Like,
Right.
makes no sense. But nice.
There you are.
I found you. I know so many people like poo-pooed on the song, and I know it's very poppy, but like, what if God was one of us? What if he was a flop like one of us? What if he was just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home? Like, there's some deep philosophical shit in that song that a lot of people discredit. Like, I still dig it. I forget where I was going with that whole. I lost it. I'm also kind of wondering. Do you remember when I was doing genealogy, my dad's side? I told you that one of my great 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 grandparents literally stated that he was from Tartaria. Am I like a part Nephilim? Does that be cool? Does that mean I've got the magic in me? I just don't know about it. I need to do some research. Need to figure out some shit. Need to talk to some people. See, it was on my mom's side that they were in the Masons, so it's like, well, that's not it. I don't know. Had a slot period. He was a man, for sure. Yeah, historical records like have nothing from like 12 to 14 to like 33. 30.
Yeah.
It was like a good
15 plus years.
15 plus years where he was just doing whatever the fuck he wanted. He was a man. We knew what he was
He
doing.
was smoking weed. He
Yeah,
was going to parties.
he hung out with the
He
Buddha.
was fucking
Like
drinking beer or whatever.
he was
alcohol.
he was the prodigal. Or
Yeah.
like he wasn't the original prodigal son, but he was the prodigal son. What are you gonna do? I don't know, man. I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna walk, see where the wind takes me. See where my dad says I need to go. Mom, go. Met Buddha, met Allah, landed up in Egypt, and he was like, I don't know, let's party, guys. Like,
That's exactly his bachelor that day. Yeah.
for sure. According to the Bible, he didn't have anything but bachelor pad days because he never had any kids or got married. So, which was against historical record at the time because anybody that was older than like 14, 15 had a wife. Nice. Oh, dude, I would love to party.
But he
With
didn't
him.
report it. They were like, nah, he's on his.
We don't
break.
we don't talk about the 12, 15 years where he was just gone. Came back with the tattoo.
We don't know that Jesus. We didn't talk to him. He was just a different fucking person.
What
at
is
that
he a
time.
trick? I love to party with him and be like, first off, we need to talk about philosophy. Second off, we need more. And he'd be like, done. Dude, you're the best.
Like, I can't do beer, but I can do wine.
Do it to it. If it's free and you can make it happen, we don't have to go on a beer run. Hell yeah. Hold my water, or is it? Hey, watch this.
You know that's how he got all the ladies.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But he died a virgin.
That's bullshit. And you can't prove that because he's a man. So, like,
It had to be bullshit. Had to be bullshit. He got mad in the tabernacle, flipped it over, and they're like, bro, you gotta go. He's like, cool, I'm going on Rob Springer.
you can't tell me that he never did the deed. Not even once. Come on now.
Well, so everything is like Joe said earlier, everything is good that is from God. And there's also another passage in the Bible, it's where it was like everything within reason or something like that, to where it was like you can do all this stuff, but just don't take it to excess. Because that's a sin. It's gluttony. We do not listen. But just people in general, we do not listen. But so it's like, well, so if you can do all these things and God made him and it's good and it's from your father. Oh yeah, he was doing mushrooms and smoking weed and drinking alcohol and all this shit, and he was just like, yeah, do it just a little bit. Don't go crazy.
What was that song by 50 Cent? Do it just a little bit. Do it just a little bit.
God said, damn, I did that. Yeah. I really want to make this a design now because it would piss off so many people. Have a picture of Jesus and it say just the tip. Just a little bit. Just the tip.
I mean, I showed you that.
Or no, ooh, I
TikTok
could get even better with it.
in a
Him on
couple-
the cross with the tip of a spear in his side saying just the tip.
Oh no, there was one that was him on the cross, but instead of a cross, it was a wacky wavy full arm person.
Jesus.
It was the day like blah 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 of making like unwearable.
Yeah. By the way, before anybody thinks that I'm just being sacrilegious, possibly, Jesus' name wasn't Jesus. Wasn't Jesus. We made that shit up. Wasn't Jesus. Never was Jesus. So I'm not being sacrilegious with the Lord. I'm being sacrilegious with the made up name that never existed. So that's another conspiracy theory, is that because dinosaurs are talked about in the Bible, believe it or not, that the meteorite was the fallen angels falling to the earth. Because in Job they talk about the Leviathan was the dinosaur. Or depending on how you interpret it, was a Nephilim.
Dinosaurs were his experimental phase. We don't talk about the dinosaurs.
I mean, also.
He made you, Joe. In his
Yeah, I mean, it states that in the Bible, like, I made you in my image and I knew every hair on your head before you were born. And I knew what you would do.
Yeah.
So what about free will?
Yeah.
But he knew what I was gonna say, he knew what I was gonna do, he knew what I was gonna think. Here we are. He knew I was going to be half ginger. I have a very sick sense of humor. I'm like 3/4 ginger, but
He was like, "This is humor, sarcastic, shit." Oops.
let's round it out with a little bit of ginger.
We'll just add that.
People will. It's fine.
Like the cat fell off, and it's like, fuck. Well, you're gonna be a part ginger.
Me, damn it.
There you go.
Is it? Is it just a simulation? Was it some college experiment, college project that some dude had a year to do, and he's like, "Oh, I just did it in 7 days." Saw a video on that, and I was like,
We're just a big ant farm
Yeah.
for another being.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Anunnaki.
Like on Solar Opposites, where they have like the
Exactly.
little, like world, like tiny people.
Exactly.
That's we're the tiny people.
So, not talking about religion, talking about conspiracy theories. There is a conspiracy theory that the elites, which saw another video on that shit, and they were like, the elites, and he broke it down to where you get the word elites from. Their favorite meal was beef tartare because they would put it on the back of their horse, ride it, it would all get broken down, blah, 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 blah. It's raw meat, which is the reason why they're still doing sacrifices. And I was like, but that sounds delicious. I want to try it. Oh, but I didn't know, like, but anyways. So I'm on my extra life then. I'm on like my second or third. It's like Jumanji over here. I only have one life left. But anyways. So there's a conspiracy theory that the elites, the people in charge, the upper echelon, before they do any crazy things or release any crazy information, they have to tell us first. It's one of their own rules, according to this conspiracy theory. So the theory is that if you see any sort of crazy thing that's released or talked about or theorized in movies or shows, that's their sidestep of it, where it's like, oh well, we told them. That's the theory. Not saying I believe in it. I'm saying that's the theory. Giving out information, just the messenger. So, Matrix, Matrix 2, Matrix 3, Matrix 4.
All right, Joe. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Joe. I like talking with you and shit, but go clean, I guess.
Go be Mr. Clean.
Do it one month.
Mr. Clean.
Talking about Young Gravy?
Yeah. Mr. Clean. Joe.
With your mom in the kitchen? Making blueberry muffins? I like Young Gravy. What if we were just like one of the sealed? Oh, for sure. It's a possibility.
What the fuck is DMT?
Death hormone. You got to be cautious with it, but if you do just a little bit of it, you can rub God's balls.
DMT. I know my.
Desensitize the public is what it is. Truth media. For sure, Joe. Yeah, so DMT is what's released into your brain as you die. Why a lot of people say it's the God drug. It's like you're gonna get you a ball. You're like God's balls are gonna rub on your face if you do DMT. If you do enough of it, fucks you up. Like just for the rest of your life, like your brain and
Yeah.
your uh, spinal column and everything else is never the same ever again. So you have to be very cautious with it. But a little bit blows open your mind for sure. Now let's see if I get flagged by Google. Dimethyltryptamine.
Ayahuasca. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize that was part of ayahuasca. Yeah, so this is a natural chemical that's released by the brain upon death. Yeah, long-term and large use of it can fuck your shit up. Really? Like you don't have to like dig up fresh corpses or anything like that? Not that I need to know. Not that we need this channel shut down. But I'm kind of curious. Interesting. Interesting. Or ayahuasca.
Yeah, just use my ayahuasca. Apparently,
Or
that's what it
or
says.
lick a frog. Wom, 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 wom. Hypnotoad. Yeah, you're gonna that song Can You Trip Like I Trip or whatever.
Trip like I do.
Yeah.
That
That was,
crystal method.
that was probably interesting. God had nothing to do with nature. Yeah. There's also a crazy conspiracy theory that Christianity is based off of mushrooms.
I can see that.
Word. So rude. So rude. No reason to tell him. Well, actually, he probably had. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I also, when I was younger, wanted to get this as a tattoo. So this came from Jesse James. He has that tattooed on his palm.
Oh.
Because I like motorcycles. Oh, he was saying that to Neil tonight. Or no, he was saying that to Turbo Scooter. Jeez. He didn't say that shit to me. He said send it. Full send, sir. Absolutely. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, like what is God, man? Is he in us? Is he a part of us? Is he around us? No. Unsure. But I can Google it. I know there's couple
I love
communes.
how
and-
you still type in like Folsom.
What do you mean?
All you have to do is type in ayahuasca place Tennessee, and it'll give you. You don't have to ask Google a question. This isn't Ask Jeeves.
Wait, it's on my age. Goddamn.
So you don't have to literally ask a question anymore. That's not a thing.
Listen, ma'am. There's an ayahuasca retreat in Tennessee, shaman guided ceremonies found near Nashville and in East Tennessee. Northeast. Yes, apparently there's a couple of them. Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville.
Nashville, Smoky Mountain.
Knoxville.
Rural spots like Tennessee Ridge. What? You click on it again.
North Shore Medium, Tennessee Ridge, Tennessee. What? My dad, so Tennessee Ridge is in Houston County. My dad lives in Houston County, but in Erin. They're 5 minutes from each other. What? Holy shit, that's expensive. I don't know what this bitch is.
It's a whole like weekend, 4 days, 3 nights. So that's all about. 3 daily organic farms.
Family owned land in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains near. This is Maryville. Like, that's not gonna be Tennessee Ridge. You like drugs, boy? That's Tennessee Ridge.
Yeah.
Not.
So I was like, what?
No, that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Yeah, so we have several in Tennessee, apparently. Word. Yeah, like that scene from Super Troopers. You like Mexico, boy? Like, that's Tennessee Ridge. There'd be no farm to table, like healing bullshit in Tennessee Ridge.
Well, here you go. Papers are now at dollar store and corner store to purchase. They will continue selling the paper too.
Oh, nice. I don't need it now, but it would have been nice to have a week ago. Come on down. Show you a good time around Naslack. Dude, you're gonna be like, holy shit, I'm back home. Like, Tennessee is just the southern version of Wisconsin.
Yep.
Except for the food's better in Wisconsin.
Yep.
And I would say the beer is as well, but we've gotten some good beer spots around us.
Yeah.
We just went to one again today. We can show you a good time. For mouth. Anyway. You going to Blade this year, bro? Rolling along. You just gotta do it. Nothing to it but to do it. Do you have any plans for tomorrow? We're gonna go down to Fayetteville. No, the Slaw Burger.
Super chill weekend.
I mean, that's.
Wasn't planning on it, but we'll see what the weather does tomorrow.
I mean, that is technically a super chill weekend. Like, not driving that far, going to a craft show. So to cap my wild weekend, got a call 2 days ago that my uncle that lives up in Iowa was found unresponsive, or was found in the morning unresponsive from sleeping, and they took him to the hospital. And then he lives in Cedar Falls, Iowa, and they took him to Iowa City. And come to find out, he had an aneurysm and a subarachnoid hematoma. And now that they've done surgery and taken care of that, he's alive, awake, enthusiastic. So medical shit's weird, man. But my dad thought he was gonna have to fly up to Iowa to attend a funeral. Apparently not yet. Nephilim dreams, Nephilim genes are wrong. Apparently, which gives me a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
Not an asshole like me. I said that out loud. Son of a bitch. Because you should. Because you should hear banjos. Paddle fast. Damn it, man. It's been like 3 years that you were hoping to go to Blade. So like, what's his face? Super Freak. Freak James. Come to it. Let me show you a good time. Fuck, yeah, couch. Did you find a new brunch spot? Well, you got anything else?
No.
I don't either. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll have some new news next week on a new drop. Shit. I'm so sorry to hear that one, Moon. My mom had MS, so I know how rough that is. It's really weird with MS to see their
Progression.
personalities change depending on the progression. So, dude, if you ever need somebody to talk to, please message me. You got me on IG. So, hope everybody has a wonderful week. Hopefully, I have some new job information next week. But you guys stay safe. Hope everybody has a good Easter. Celebrate Zombie Jesus. He came back. You're gonna partake of the blood and the flesh. So I'm not that far. Hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and a pleasant week. Stay sharp. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and if you do, don't get caught. Deuces.
Bye.